My mom keeps reading my mail. Isn't that a violation of the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution?
Signed, Dist 8th grader, Akron, Ohio.
I guess you'll just have to write him and tell him that the constitutional amendments don't apply to parenting.
No, you need to explore the Bill of Rights. See if he has a point.
I agree.
It seems like life is one big issue in the White House.
I'm glad these Constitution guys covered most of them.
Well, they covered it, but we still don't have the answers we need. Changing times, you know.
Well, they gave us good starting points for sure. Well, the Bill of Rights is over 200 years old, and it still protects us pretty good.
Well, let's blow through them and see if we can't find something on this mail reading issue.
According to the postcard, his mom opens his mail and reads it before he gets it. By the way, Ravi, did I tell you that I told your homeroom class about the time you stole the key to the country club and went swimming with what's-her-name?
No way. No way. I never did that.
You did.
Did not.
Did too.
Did not.
Did too.
Did not.
Did not.
Did too. Oh, who said that? Some heads are gonna roll.
Gotcha. I never told that story, Ravi, but if I did, it would be called slander, telling lies about someone that harms their reputation.
Like you just did. That might not be too bad. Who was I swimming with?
It's called slander, Ravi, a lie. It's what's not meant by the First Amendment's guarantee to freedom of speech. We have freedom of speech as long as it doesn't endanger or harm someone.
I wonder how that works in divorce court.
Probably isn't easy.
Yeah, the First Amendment guarantees other rights, too, like the freedom to choose or not choose a religion, and the freedom to peaceably assemble, like a protest march against nuclear weapons or something.
We have freedom of the press, too. But if I had actually printed that story about you and the girl, I could be sued for libel.
Like printing a lie, Belle, or print a mistruth and you're liable to get sued. Get it?
I got it. And according to the First Amendment, I can protest your silliness.
No, you can't. What silliness?
That silliness. No, but you can peacefully protest against government actions by writing petitions to government officials, like you and me. You can organize demonstrations, protest in letters, newspapers, and on television programs.
It keeps us from abusing our authority, but it doesn't keep us from abusing our heads.
The First Amendment is one of the most powerful and controversial.
The Second Amendment gives everyone in this country the right to keep and bear arms.
And the Third Amendment says that you can't house troops in a private home without consent of the owner in peacetime.
But Amendment 2's the one that causes a lot of controversy. Gun control. Many people think any gun regulation violates their right to keep and bear arms.
Gets sticky, doesn't it?
Amendment 4. Here's the one for our postcard friend. People have a right to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizure.
4's the Search and Seizure Amendment that works off the idea of probable cause.
If you search someone, you better have a good reason.
Courts can't issue a warrant unless there's good reason to believe a crime has been committed.
The warrant must list the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized. I don't think pleading the fourth would work with parents, though.
They usually don't worry about probable cause.
Well, so what are we going to tell this postcard guy?
That he ought to discuss the issue with his mom, maybe mention the Fourth Amendment, and then do what she says.
Right.
Maybe they could reach a compromise.
Maybe.
Did you drink my pop?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, refuse to answer on the grounds that you might incriminate yourself?
Got ya.
We do not need your testimony. I saw you drink it. Got you. If this had been a felony, say armed robbery, the state would then have to first gather evidence, then present it to a grand jury. The grand jury decides if there should be a trial. If yes, it returns an indictment. Fair and legal court proceedings are called due process of law. Then there is double jeopardy.
Hey, I don't do well on game shows.
I believe it. You're not doing well now. Double jeopardy means you can't be tried twice for the same crime.
I knew that.
Sure.
Amendment 6 guarantees you, Mr. Vice President, the right to a speedy public trial.
All I did was drink a little pop.
Uh-huh. You just saved the taxpayers a bundle. You confess.
Ugh. If you guys weren't just joshing, I could get you on the Sixth Amendment. You didn't read me my rights.
Which are?
I have the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney.
Excellent rebuttal, Mr. Vice President. Amendment 6 also guarantees the right to be confronted with the witnesses against the accused. Right to compulsory process for obtaining defense witnesses, also known as subpoenas.
Of course, Mr. Vice President. We didn't arrest you, so we didn't need to read you your rights. Besides, you confessed. The only rights you need to worry about now are your Eighth Amendment rights. Protection against cruel and unusual punishments and excessive bails and fines. Yo, voice man, what do you think a good punishment would be?
I didn't get an impartial jury trial. Amendment 6 says I get one. Even cases like divorce get an impartial jury trial according to the Seventh Amendment.
We're skipping all that. You confessed. What do you think?
I think no cheeseburgers or chocolate shakes for at least a month.
Couldn't I just buy her another can of pop?
No.
I guess it could have been worse, though. If it weren't for the Eighth Amendment, voice man could have said, off with his head.
Don't tempt me.
That would be cruel and unusual, but effective.
You've got to give me a chance to purge myself.
It's against my better judgment, but how?
You describe an amendment, and I'll tell you which one it is. If I get 6 out of 6, then no punishment. Deal?
What do you say, Voice-a-Rooney?
Deal.
Okay, but let's get official. Okay. First attempt. Okay. Which amendment guarantees that an accused person will not be forced to testify against himself or herself?
I use that one all the time with the girls. That would be the Fifth Amendment.
Correct. Question 2. Which amendment prohibits the government from using any cruel or unusual punishments?
8, of course. That stopped voice man from chopping off my head.
Okay, next one. Protects a person's home from unreasonable searches by the police. You don't have all day.
I'll say the 4th.
Yes. Okay. Which amendment guarantees freedom of speech, religion, and a free press?
Easy. First Amendment.
You're hanging tough, Ravi. Can you taste the cheeseburgers? Which amendment guarantees a speedy public trial by an impartial judge and jury?
Not sure. Wild guess. The 6th.
This is it. The last one the pressure's on. Which amendment guarantees citizens the right to keep and bear arms?
3.
No.
No?
It's Amendment 2.
No cheeseburgers or chocolate shakes for a month.
I'll never complain about in-school detention again.
You may not have to. I don't think we can get to the 8th grade from here.
It's beginning to look like that. I'm kind of getting used to this, though. I kind of like being vice president.
Good. We have an irate group of protesters who sent these in.
Your mouth's getting as big as his.